Tiger II's frontal hull armour is 150mm thick and sloped at 51 degrees, giving it an effective thickness of 220mm. The lower glacis are 100mm thick, but sloped at 48 degrees, giving it another effective thickness of 108mm. The turret armour is relatively flat, but still 185mm thick. This means if your gun does not have penetration above 190mm, then you cannot effectively fight the Tiger II from the front. There is, however, one weak spot, which is the hull machine gun port. This is very small, however, and at ranges past 200 meters might be hard to hit. The Tiger could also wiggle his hull, which further increases the difficulty of landing an accurate shot here. Tanks with higher penetrating guns, such as the American T-34, British Centurion series, or IS-2 tanks, can penetrate the Tiger from the front pretty easily. Instead of shooting the hull, shoot the flat turret face to the right of the main gun, which will destroy the gunner, commander and gun breech, taking away the Tiger's ability to fire back. The flat turret face is a major weak spot from the front. Any tank with 190mm pen or less should really flank the target, or shoot at the Tiger's muzzle brake in order to destroy the gun and prevent the Tiger returning fire. If you have the element of surprise but only have the front of the tank to shoot, I recommend holding fire and either retreating or praying for the tank to turn and expose its weaker sides. Speaking of sides, both the hull and turret armour is only 80mm thick and practically isn't sloped at all, meaning it's incredibly vulnerable. The best position to ensure a one-shot kill is to place a round on the eye of the first tow rope, shown here. Another way to remember this is a shot right above the second outer road wheel. This shot knocks out all 5 crew members, however it does not usually damage the gun breech. It is always preferable to shoot the hull rather than the turret if possible, as shots into the turret doesn't guarantee a one-shot kill, as the driver and machine gunner may be still left alive. However, if you cannot get a shot at the hull, then aiming above the second eye of the tow hook will knock out the turret crew as well as the cannon breech. Like the sides, the rear armour is 80mm thick for both hull and turret. The hull has the engine, which provides extra protection, especially against lower tier guns. For this reason, if you come up behind the Tiger II, shoot it in the back of the turret to the left of the ammo hatch. This knocks out the gunner and commander, as well as ensures the round misses the rear ammo rack, which acts as additional armour. So here we're going to imagine that the Tiger II is angling his armour against us. We're using a 6.7 heavy tank from about 100 metres away to simulate a close-in brawl. Now the T-34's gun has 279mm of pen, which is quite a bit higher than the average medium tank for the battle rating. You will struggle with a medium tank gun to get through any of this armour. The British tanks at 6.7 shouldn't really have an issue, seeing as they have a similar pen to this. So when the Tiger is angling his armour like this, the side of the tank is pretty much an auto bounce region, and his whole armour is well over 400mm of effective pen. You do have the same weak spot as the hull machine gun port. However, this is quite small, but it is doable when you're quite close, but at long range it falls out of effectiveness. So the only thing left for us to shoot is the turret. Now, as you can see, with this high penetrating gun, we can still go through both the front of the turret as well as the turret cheeks at this angle. So he can't really angle his turret against us. However, using a medium tank gun, like say the American M26 with the M82 shot, you can see that the shot is a bit dodgy. So with lower tier medium tank guns, I'd recommend either flanking. Wouldn't suggest trying to brawl with this tank. But when you have a high pen gun, anything over 200mm pretty much If he's angling his armour, you can either shoot him in the cheek, in the turret face, or you can shoot him right here. Notice I'm not saying on the actual gun mantlet. This little, it's like a gun brace which holds the barrel inside of it. You just go straight through. Don't do as much damage as if you go through the whole face or the turret sides. But that's the only really way to combat this tank from the front if he's angling. Don't even bother with the hole, it's not worth it. Go straight for the turret cheeks or the turret face. Let's put this theory into practice.